back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back, and I done did it again one more time. What's really good? Hopefully, you guys are doing great. Hopefully, you guys are doing amazing. You know me, I'm doing all right. Yeah, man. Very productive day today. Was working on some of the stuff for the future proof email course. Had to put that on hold last year, but now we're back at it again and creating interactive lessons for it. Okay. Hopefully you guys watch my post that I put on here on YouTube. Again, definitely always check out the community tab on my YouTube channel. Yesterday I told you guys to jump into Rhyme. If you got into Rhyme today, you made some bread. It was nice. Also, too, got on OBL or OLB. I can't remember. I just posted it up right now. Yeah, we got a little bag, a little something. Nothing crazy. It was supposed to be like a $1,000 day today, but I got greedy. I'll be honest with you guys. I got greedy. It should have been at least a $1,200 day, but I doubled down after I already got profits, and should have just came out and taken the win already. Stephen Finley says I got in on Rhyme and OLB as well. Nice. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm still in it. I'm still in OLB. I got, I think, like 100 shares in there just in case two or it goes to three in the next couple of days. We letting it ride. We already got profits. You know what I mean? As long as it doesn't go below the price that I'm already in, I'm good. I just let it ride. Let me see. Stephen Finley, yeah, man. Amara BDW, BTW, what's going on? Patrick Johnson, what's going on, my guy? Good to see you in here. Good to see you still alive. You're still kicking. Yeah, guys. Just came in here, came to chill with you guys a little bit. I said, let me pop up live. I'm probably gonna do a video for YouTube today too, so go and watch that when I drop it later on today. And yeah, show me some love, guys. The algorithm right now is not showing no love to your boy. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna stop doing what I've been doing all these years on YouTube. Like, I enjoy this. I enjoy coming in here, answering questions, talking to you guys, giving you guys updates on my life and the things that I'm learning, the things that I'm doing, my business as it's growing. I like doing that. It is what it is. Sometimes I feel like, man, maybe I should go in and create the videos the algorithm wants. But then at the same time, it doesn't bring the right people to the community. Like, it'll just bring a whole bunch of random people. I'd rather um I'd rather go in and you know, even if we stay small, it is what it is. I don't even care. But sometimes I feel like, man, maybe I should go in and create more, maybe create a bunch of AI videos. Yeah, let me know. Would you like to see me go in and create a bunch of AI videos on this channel? Give the algorithm what the algorithm wants. Let me see. Stephen says, so far, I like to go in and out quickly for a quick win. So far, it's working for me, but I know my strategy will change as I get more experience. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think the best strategy with day trading is like, there's some stocks that you gotta hold, like Rhyme. So Rhyme, I bought about, I don't know, like 1,000, 2,000, like 1,200 shares around there, around 150 on Friday. I went in and I sold at $2 and like 20 cents. Then from there, I came back in, bought again at two. Then I sold at four. Then I came back in, bought in, and then I sold at 520. I was supposed to sell at six, but I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna continue going up. and I just sold at 520. And then I got back in today, I think around maybe like at $4 or something like that. And then I sold most of them, I think, at five. You know, so it's like, it is what it is. But sometimes you do want to hold because you do get paid way more at the end. But it is a risk. But that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta risk to get the big win. Because sometimes you go in and be like, okay, I'm selling in 10 cents. Like, and that's why you shouldn't over buy or like a stock or oversize up. For example, like if you go in and you say, well, I'm going in with $5,000 and I'm buying $5,000 at a dollar, right? So it's $5,000 in total. 5,000 shares, $5,000. Now, because it's so much money, you'll get nervous and you'll sell at 10 cents. You'll be like, okay, get me out. It's 10%, and I'm done. So that's 10%. But if you was to go in, right, and basically, you know, get, let's say, 1,000 shares, right? Now with 1,000 shares, if it drops 10 cents, you're like, oh, it's $100, right? So you don't really care. You'll be like, it's okay, I'll hold it. And then when it goes to, like, let's say 150, $2, $2.50, $3, like, you'll make way more money because you actually sized up properly. The problem is, like, when it comes to trading, it's all psychological. So, you know, even for myself, I get nervous if I go in. I'm heavy on something. I'm like, bro, get me out. Even though I know this thing is gonna go up like crazy, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. Because if it comes down, if it drops 20% and you got 10,000 in it, you just lost 2,000. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just sizing up is very But yeah, let's who's here working on any projects, what you guys is up to, anything you guys are learning right now, anything you guys are building. I'm interested. I'm interested in what you guys is doing, what you guys are into right now. I myself, like I said, I'm working on some stuff on the future proof email developer course. I was supposed to be. I started the pre-order in August, so it's been a minute. So I gotta go in, knock this out. Um, because the reason why I had to take some time off on that one was because I was selling my house, right? Then from there came in finding a new home. So that took like the whole September, October. Then from there, Black Friday was coming up. So now that took over, and I had to build a new website. That went in and took over in November, December. Now in January, you know, um, came back in. I had to go in and prepare for this AI automations curriculum that I'm building, and you know all the stuff that I had to go in and do. So I had to put that course on hold because the goal for the future proof developer course is really for current email developer course that I already have, which is good. It's been solid. A lot of people have gotten hired with it, but I want to go in and make it interactive. So there'll be video courses, well, video lessons, and then on top of that, have the actual interactive lessons of showing you how to go in and use things like ghost tables, how to go in and create responsive design with an interactive course, which it makes it much easier. Because sometimes I'll be honest, like even like building HTML emails, like it takes time, right? So a video might be 30, 40 minutes, right, of us building it, because I like to go in and build it with you and explain everything as we're building it. So it's like 30, 40 minutes. But what happens if you might not have the time to sit down and go to 30, 40 minutes per video? and it's like 10 videos, 20 videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about it's gonna take you a while to go through the course, but at least with the interactive lessons, you could just go in, log in, start following it. All the instructions is there. You're seeing how we are going in and building this email. We take the same email from being a fluid email to a hybrid email. Well, fluid to responsive to then make it hybrid. So yeah. So it's like that's what I've been doing right now. Let me see. Gamer Zero says doing some email templates. Nice. Do you think web admin job or email developer will be easier to job stack? Yeah. There's a lot of opportunities. Like for example, if you get into like e-commerce, bro, you can actually do work for multiple companies. Like you wouldn't have to just go work for one company, especially if you're working remote, because you're working the whole day, right? You have to for that. Now, of course, if you have meetings, you have to go in and understand like, okay, what from job stacking is really the time, right? Time management, and like meetings. If you work for a company, like you're constantly doing meetings, you're doing a lot of communication, yeah, that lets you do you and lets you do your job. Then now you could go in and, oh, it's saying that's freezing up. Okay, thank you for that, Deborah. How about now? You guys can hear me, you can see me. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Sounds better. Internet's stable. Cole Lucky says, you sound black. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What does sounding black mean? Yo, sometimes people are crazy. I mean, I am black, but don't I look black? Don't I look like he's mixed with something, right? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I see the pictures of my dad. He can't go blacker than that. My dad looking like D.L. Hughley. Yo, for real. You know it's crazy because like I ain't get to grow up with my dad, right? But every time I would look at D.L. Hughley, I'll be like, yo, D.L. Hughley look like my dad, bro. Straight up. Like straight up. You look at my dad, like and my dad used to have the same type of hair like that. He would do the little it's not dreads. I forgot the name of it. It's like little it's like twisties. My dad would used to do that back in the days. And yeah, every time I used to look at D.L. Hughley, I'd be like, yo, D.L. Hughley, that's my dad on TV real quick when I was a little kid. Nah, but yeah, you know. Yeah, your boy's black, so what you want me to say? Now, of course, I'm Dominican. You know what I mean? Somebody's like, yeah, Joe, come on now. You Dominican, Joe. Somebody probably be no black, be Dominican. Yo, I need to run a fade with this dude. What's this guy's name? The dude, the comedian, I forgot his name. The comedian who came out with that shit. Me no black, me Dominican. Yo, people have ran with this narrative like it's crazy. It's nasty. The internet's nasty, bro. Sometimes I get pissed off at the internet just off the strength. It's like people don't understand when Dominicans say that, you know, they're saying, "Hey, I'm not African American, but I am black, but I'm Dominican," right? Like, like sometimes people get pissed off. They're like, "Nah, but you black." It's like, bro, it's like if you go to Nigeria, they're not going. I'm black Nigerian. No, they're Nigerian. Yeah, they're Nigerian. The same thing as Jamaican. If you're Jamaican, you're Jamaican. You don't be like, yo, I'm African Jamaican, like, or I'm black Jamaican, like, no, you're Jamaican. I don't know. People crazy. Let me see, we're into here. I feel lost with Shopify development now. A lot has happened. I mean, it's the same thing. Shopify is not difficult. Henry's like, yeah, I'm Latino Guatemalan. I'm native Guatemalan. You know how crazy that shit sound? Yeah, man. But it's all in the internet. Like, cause in real life, people's not worried about none of that bullshit. It's the internet. What's going on, Henry? Henry, you haven't checked out the trading course, bro? Go through it, man. It's a lot of opportunities right now. What's going on, kid? Look at this kid. Just popped up. Say what up. What's going on, CodingPhase? Look at this one. What's going on, kiddo? Let me see a little dance. Let me see a little. Who got the crazy dance? No, you ain't got no sauce, man. Get out of here. You ain't got no sauce.
I got some sauce.
You got some sauce?
Nah, he got sauce in his.
Hey, don't say nothing inappropriate.
Do that in front of him.
Guys, I found a yeah. Me and Kylie went for a bike ride, and we found a new park, guys. We're gonna go later. So yeah, man. Shout out to my people in Switzerland. Damn, how much you lost, Henry? Please don't tell me a lot. Bro, like, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, the beginning of this month was rough for me. The beginning of this month was very rough in the market for me. So I get it. But that's why you got to show up every day because, you know, and also too, when the market is red like that, when a lot of shit is happening, like the economy going crazy, the job report look crazy, this and that, you just gotta chill, do like small little trades, like five shares, right? And it's basically a practice run. And then when it's moments like now, the shit is hot. This is when you come in, boom, go heavy with it, and it averages out. You know what I mean? It averages out. As long as you're profitable for the month, like that's what's important. Like there's months that I'll have like that'll be like 10 bands up. There's ones that'll be like, okay, I only made 4 grand. And then, like this month so far, it's really catch up, because like I said, I had a rough beginning of the month. I actually had, what it was is that January was so good for me that I went heavy. I was doing $10,000 trades. And in reality, it's like just because you made it, you got it, don't mean you have to go in and size up so much. Especially after you take one loss. I had a whole week of losses, a whole week, the whole week of the first week, all else. It was nasty. Now I'm up. Now for the month we're green, but you go in and sometimes you gotta take some time off. You take some time off and don't even trade. If the shit is bad and you're forcing it, you're like trying to force it, like nah, just leave. Call it a day. What's going on, Renee? Oh hell yeah, bro. 6K. What the hell was you doing? What the? That's a lot, bro. 6K. That should set you back a month, bro. I mean, it's not crazy. You'll make it back. But what you was doing, options or something like that? Yeah, don't do that, bro. Your biggest losses should be $100 to $200. If you go in and you have like a big loss, like it sets you back for like a month. Also remember, like you when you lose such a big amount of your capital, then now all of your other trades, when you do come back in with whatever you have left, then you're not making as much as you would have, right? Because you don't have that much capital to go in and make. Like today, for me, like when I went in on Rhyme with like, I think it was like 2,000, 2,000, and from the 2,000, I made 800, and then I sold, right? So that's a good ratio. That's almost 50% I made on that. But then with how you call this with this thing OLB, I went in at 96 cents and I sold at 0.25. Then I sold again at 0.18, and then I kept a little bit to let it run. But if you look, the percentage of like what the profit is anywhere from like 10 to like 30%. Like sometimes it's good like 50%. Like today for Rhyme was a really good percentage. I made 1,000. I made like yeah like a thousand, 100, 1,000, 1,050 around there. And then by me going back in and trying to double up, then I actually lost 400. So that brought me down, and then it's like little stuff like that. So you just gotta be careful. You just gotta go in and try to, you know, try to like not have it that is so much. Let me see. It would be like 30K a year I lost. Nah, man. We had a good year too last year. Last year was nice. I was talking to my accountant earlier. Let's see what's gonna happen with the taxes. I mean, but I got kids. That's the good thing about having kids. You get a couple of deductions, you get a couple of little things here and there. But I still think I'm probably gonna owe like a good 14,000 in taxes. And I'll be honest, I might not even pay the whole shit in April. I might not even do it. You know why? Because in reality, like I don't have to pay it in April. They'll give me a little bullshit $200 fee or whatever, but right now, like I rather have my cash in all my investments. Like I don't want to go in and even give these fucking people 14,000. Like in 2023, I had to pay them $85,000, bro. Like, well, 2024, I paid $85,000, and that was after like mad expenses, mad shit. They wanted even more, but we was able to bring it down. And then, you know, it is what it is. But I fucking hate taxes, man. It don't really let you grow. Not that it don't let you grow, but it's just too fucking much. Like I give you an example. Like I gotta pay for insurance. I gotta pay for all of this stuff. I gotta pay for everything. I don't get no fucking benefits, right? So why the fuck am I paying so much taxes? Now the good thing about it, if the day I get to retire, like I'm gonna get the full amount of like my retirement. Like I know some people that they retire and they only get like $1,100 $200 or something like that a month. With the amount of taxes that I paid, I should be getting in my contributions. I should be getting at least $3,000 a month. I believe that's the maximum. So if you maxed out on your contributions, you'll get like 3,000 or something like that. It's like 3,000 something. Let me see. That's what I like to do. Here in Texas, everything I pay in taxes, I'll get it back when I retire. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, they you know, every state has their own thing, but that's one thing that you got to keep in mind, like your retirement, because believe it or not, at some point you're gonna retire. And that's why it's so important to really like have like a good job. Sometimes like people work their whole life. Like I was watching this video from this guy. He was like, yo, I'm 45 years old. I haven't got nothing to show for. And I've been working my whole life. I'm like, yo, that's just crazy, right? And it's because, he's worked his whole life, but he's also worked a bunch of bullshit jobs that, if you don't work for a company that at least gives you 401k matching, or gives you, certain incentives like your health insurance paid for 100%, or at least 75%, 50%, something, so you don't have to go in and use that money, right? Because what sucks is that you get paid, but then from there you got to pay taxes, and then even though on paper I might say, well, you're making 8,000, or you're making 10,000, or you're making 5,000, or you're making 2,000, right? How much do you actually keep, right? You're missing like a good 20, 30%, especially if you live in states that the city has a tax, the state has a tax. All of those things start adding up and start eating up your check, and then you start looking around like, yo, what do I have left? Like all of the money that I have left is like literally for me to pay for the bills and just to go to work and eat food so I could do work. Like that's no way to live. You get what I'm saying? That's why I tell you guys, like, you gotta learn how to code. And I know people's like, learn how to code, Joe. Of course, Joe, you got CodingPhase. Of course you want me to learn how to code. I don't even care what you want to do. Just find something that generates income. It's something that you could do for yourself, you know, which is the biggest, thing that you could do for yourself, which is, how do I have a skill that I could go in and I could work for myself. Like I had this guy that had to come and fix something in my car the other day, and it was cool because he works for a shop, right? He's a mechanic, not really a mechanic, but he's like it's like a mechanic electrician. It was like an electrical problem that I had, and the guy came in. He's like, hey, you could come to the shop, or I could come to you personally. I could come in and fix it in your driveway. And I was like, yeah, you could come through. And he's like, yeah, it's much better. I could actually keep, the money from this. Because if you go to the shop, you gotta. It's like your job. That's your job. But if the guy gets to do that work on the side, and he was able to come in and fix everything for like $200. Now, that's a skill. That's a good skill to have. If you're like a mechanic, not engineer, but a mechanic, like a carpenter, or a guy that does construction, like freaking set tiles, set floors, all of that shit. You could work for a company full time, and then on the side, you go in and make your bread. A lot of times when you go through like neighborhoods, you go through a lot of these big neighborhoods and shit like that. Like back in the days when I was like that broke, I used to go through like really nice neighborhoods just to get motivation, because remember, I'm from the hood, okay? Like I didn't have a bedroom until I was like 18, 19 years old. I slept on the couch my whole life. So for me, all I used to do was just dream about what would life be like if I had my own house or my own car, my own thing. And I would drive through all these big ass houses. And one thing that I would notice too is you will see a lot of people who have like working trucks, like the big F-150s, the van, right, with the ladder on the top, and you're like, yo, what do they do? There's people that fucking make bread. They work for companies, right? Like even like the HVAC, the plumbing guys, like the guys that do that and do it the right way, they'll get a bag. Like they'll go in, work for a company. On the side, they also go in and do extra gigs, and that's how you'll see them like living in really nice fucking homes, really nice neighborhoods. And it's really about having that. You got to have a job in some other type of way to make income. You know, with this economy, you can't leave everything to just one job. You got to get your bag, and you got to get your bag in multiple ways. Also, too, when you work for a job, always remember your job is to pay for your expenses, your living expenses. The income that you make on the side is for you to live, for you to do whatever the hell you want. You want to invest it, you want to freaking spend it on girls, you want to travel the world, whatever you're into. That's for you. The shit that makes you happy, right? A job is a job. Very few people go in and be like, yeah, I'm happy with my job. Like, it's nice, right? It's nice when you have a decent job, but it's a job. That's for you to pay your fucking bills, and that's it. They don't pay you to get rich. They don't pay you to be super comfortable, right? They pay you just for you to survive and be able to make it to the job. Now, if you leave it up to the job to just, you know, fund your life, then yeah, 10, 20 years, you're going to have to wait it out. You're going to have to wait it out for like that, 60 years old to then retire and then be an old ass dude with a fucking, a Corvette. You want to be that old ass guy with a Corvette? Nah, you want that shit when you're young. So you gotta get that skill now. That's what I tell you guys. I gotta come to coding phase. Look, I don't have all the answers in the world. I can only show you the things that has worked for me. It's like me. I go in and I'll show you guys with the trading. Like, it's not freaking like life changing money, but it's nice. I mean, who the hell makes extra $600 for the day? Who the hell makes extra $1,000, $2,000 for the day? You know, and it's up to you. The days that I have been unprofitable has been really my fault. It hasn't been like the market or that I didn't know the skill. It's the greed. Sometimes you become too greedy. It's like today, right? I'm trading. I'm already up $1,000. Do I need to trade? No, it's $1,000. Who the hell earns $1,000? There's 200 and something days that's trading days. If you make $1,000 on average, you got $250,000 a year, right? But sometimes you get greedy. You want more. That's one thing that even like right now I'm still struggling with, like, because excuse me, for me is like, you know, I want to expedite shit. You know what I'm saying? You be like, yo, I want to expedite this thing. I want to go in and make this shit much faster. But if you just sit down and chill, like, I know for sure, you know, by the end of this year, I should already have been up 100, 150,000 just in day trading. Not even my personal account, not my long term account, just on the day trade, right? Now, sometimes you get the itch. You're like, yo, let's make 10, 20,000 today. Nah, chill. You could make that shit. It's over a whole year, you know? But like I said, it's a good skill to have. I talk about it because, like I told you guys, I wish somebody would have put me on, man. Like, straight up. Like I look back on time, I'm like, bro, you know how many times I've had like 300, 400, half a million, a million in the bank account just sitting there, not doing nothing with it. Like, I'm telling you, not doing nothing with it, just fucking leaving it there, fucking sitting, bro. And, to be honest with you, what's the name of this shit? The way how the economy is, it's been eating it up. It's been eating it up because, I don't live a regular lifestyle. I live a lifestyle of like I'm a family man, but then at the same time I want to live good. And you know, when I go to places, I don't go to the cheap shit. I go to the good shit because that's what I work hard for. But with that being said, you know, as you become like, the head of the household and shit like that, it's like way more expenses. Like sometimes I'll be looking at some of these young kids. I'm like, in the sense, I mean, they're not even, a lot of people is not even young, but they're like, 30, 31, whatever, 28. They got no kids, no family, no nothing. They traveling the world. I'm like, bro, like, shit, if I was to fucking just be by myself, you know how much damage I'll be doing out here? You know how much shit I'll be doing? You know, the thing is that I gotta take care of 5 people. It's not just four. I got my wife, I got the 4 kids, and I gotta pay for myself. So everything is like times six. You get what I'm saying? Everything is times six. It's like my mom telling me, "Yo, you should come to the yard." I'm like, "Yeah, mom, but calculate 6 flights times six. Each flight 700. Then I gotta go to the yard, and then when I'm in the yard, I don't want to stay in some bullshit. Now I gotta go in and get a nice Airbnb. That shit's like 2,000 for the month. So when I move, it's a $10,000 move in the sense of like me going anywhere. That shit is, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I could just get up and leave. Like yeah, I'll go to the yard, boom, I'll go by myself. Shit, this shit is nothing. But also too, I'm a family man. Like I'll be honest, like if I go somewhere, like when I go to vacation, I'll go like I went to New York last year, and I was like, damn man, I miss my kids. I'm like, I'll be like, it's hard for me to enjoy things without thinking, oh, I wish the kids was here and they could see this, or I wish my wife was here, she could see this, right? I don't know. I'm a family man. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Ricky B says, GameStop, don't sleep on GameStop, bro. Those meme stocks, I don't mess with it. Yeah, inflation has eaten up people's savings. Yeah, man, and it's not even like I don't have it there. It's still there. It's just like what I could buy 5 years ago with the money that I have now was a lot. Now it's like you get something nice, like nice, but I could have been fucking like I could have been putting this bread to work for me, bro. I just didn't know, man. And that's the thing that I tell you guys too. Like, becoming a developer is a gift and a curse in a sense, right? Especially how it was before. Like you had to keep up with the Joneses. You had to go in and learn so much skills. You had to go in and do so many different things, right? And that shit kind of takes over your life when you go into this career, right? That shit kind of takes over your life. So you kind of um, not miss out on certain things, but you kind of focus so much on the code and the coding side of things that you leave other aspects of your life like that you don't get to really like build it up. Like for me, like I look back on it, I'm like, man, it's a freaking shame. Like that I ain't really fucking invest like how I needed to invest. I didn't pay attention to that. I used to be like one of these fucking people that would be like, oh, the market, da da da, people lose money, all of this shit is fake. I had 14 bitcoins at one point, and I sold them when it was like at $20, 20,000. And I got my money out of it, but the truth is, I needed to hold that shit. That's a long term investment. That shit I could have sold it at 120. That's a half a million just on that, or more than that. 14 times 100,000. That's $1.4 million, right? Sold that shit for like 100. Now I'm like, that shit makes no fucking sense. That shit sold that shit for like I think no, I sold it for like I sold some at 20 and then I sold some at like 15, 16. My average was like of like when I sold it was like 17, 18. So it's like one something. And in reality, what did I do with that bread? I just put it in the savings account, which is so fucking dumb. That's why I tell you, I talk about all this stuff. So some of you guys can learn from me, right? Because like for me is how can I say this? Like I'm not a poppy mommy kid, right? Like I remember I used to tell my mom about stocks when I was a little kid. Like, oh, mommy, you should buy some Google. My mom is my mom is a teacher assistant and doing taxi cab in the nighttime. What stocks she gonna buy back then? You know what I'm saying? She's not in that world. But there's people that their parents been doing this shit since the 80s. They got investment in this. They're buying a home over here. They got a second lake home and this, and that. And fucking, they got gold that they have saved up from their great grandparents. And what I'm saying? Like, people have that shit. And when you're coming from the hood, you get into this game, you start making a lot of money. But if you don't have financial literacy, like what you have made could have been 5 to 10x, straight up 5 to 10x. You know, because I look back on it. I was looking on my since I started working, right? Since I started working, I was looking back on it. Like I've made like $8 million, $9 million, right? Since I started working. So we're talking about the first few years. Um, was like a bullshit pay, anywhere from like 50 to like 80,000. But then I started making my own bread, which was like an extra 100,000, or extra 200,000. Then I started doing my own businesses, and then that started skyrocketing. Started going from 300 a year, 400, 500, a million. There was a year it made 2 million. And when I look back on that shit, I'm like, by not knowing, by not taking the time to learn this skill, right? I missed out on that whole run. While my money's still there, saved up. But there's ways that you could have fucking 10x that shit. You could have 10x that shit. I could have went in shit when Bitcoin dropped to like $6,000. I could have went in and threw 100,000 on that shit. But again, financial literacy is not there. That's why when you see some of these basketball players, they go in and be like, who was it? Sebastian Telfair. He's like, yo, he living in the projects again. And he's like, yeah, man, I made $20 million or whatever. And he's like, yeah, that's not money, man. Like, you got spending this. I mean, half the money, half of it, the fucking taxes get taken away, all that shit. But then from there, you have certain lifestyle where you're spending $1 million. You're taking care of your family, you're taking care of all this stuff, and that's another thing too that kind of, in a sense, has held me back of like my full potential because I've been just constantly just helping everybody out. Like I went in, my dad passed away recently, right? But for the past 10 years, I've been paying for my dad, all his stuff, freaking where he lives, healthcare, all this shit. When they ask for extra money, I've been sending all that shit. I'm like, bro, if I would have been in and fucking used my own bread and save it or invest it or doing that, I'm helping. I'm fucking taking care myself and another fucking 10 other people in DR. And it's like, bro, I'm not doing that shit no more, right? And that's what happens. Same thing happens to like the ball players. You have a whole crew, you have a whole family, everybody waiting on you because you're the only one that made it. And when you make it and you don't have financial literacy, right? Because you could help people out, but at a certain by a certain amount, a certain level. But when you getting all this cash, all this bread coming at you, you start helping people out. You start doing this and that. And I was watching this girl on Instagram who was talking about this shit. You know, of like when you start making bread, like big time bread. Like when I dudes be like, yeah, man, I got extra $500,000. Bro, we're talking about big time bread, bro. Like half a million and up. There's times that you want to go in and you want to do certain things. You want to go out. You want to go to certain shit, right? And then you got friends or family members that don't got it like that. So then now, the cool shit that you want to do, but you want to do it with them, it's on you for you to go and pay for all that shit. All that shit eats up your bread, right? All of that shit eats up your bread. And when you don't have financial literacy, right, you fast forward 10 years down the line, you're like, yo, but shit, like, this shit could have been even more, you know? But that's the thing is like when you coming from the bottom and you still building up, like ain't nobody really putting you on. That's what I try to tell you guys in here, even with like I give you guys some game or even like I created this course, the trading fundamental course. It's not even for me. Like I could be one of these fucking people that they'll look like they got money and be like, hey guys, yeah, I'm doing this and that, and tell you guys, but like there's a goof. I don't want to say people's name, but there's like a lot of goofies that they'll go in and be like, you know, pull up in the Lamborghini and showing the Lambo logo in the back. And they be like, yeah, man, you know, you got to go in and get into cybersecurity. You got to go in and you got to get into this government contracts. Hey, you got to go in and you got to do this and that. And they act like they're making bread from from their contracts, from the development, da da da. Nah, you really make your bread from everything else that comes after that, you know? And it's not really from the job. The job is what gives you that peace of mind, right? Once you have that peace of mind, you go in and you now have extra bread that you could go in and put. But now it's your investment. It's the risk that you take on opening up a new business. Is the services that you provide. That's where your bread really comes from at the end of the day. Because it's like me. If I go in and I work for a company, how much I'm gonna make for a company? 150, 200. If I go in and be like, all right, let me go in and prepare myself so I could go work at Fang or some bullshit like this, right? I'll make 200, 250, right? But why would I do that when we be clocking up 500,000 and up? And, but people go in and it's like me. You might see me a year from now with a fucking crazy ass fucking, you know, crazy ass new house and this, and that. And you be like, damn, but all this shit, damn, coding really making bread. Nah, coding was the first step. Coding was the first step that opened up the doors. But all of this extra shit that I've been able to accomplish, it's not really from the coding. It's really what I've done with the money that I gotten from coding. Eric Timmore, I saw you on Weeble, bro. I saw you on Weeble. I saw you made some bread. Congratulations, bro. Yeah, I did good, man. I got greedy this morning. I got greedy, bro. I could have fucking made a killing. Um, so I got greedy. I got in Rhyme. I made like 1,000. It was like 1,100. Then from there, I sized up crazy, expecting to come back up crazy, and then I had to go in and sell for a loss. So I technically risked half of the profit that I made to then from there see if it went higher, but the story, it went down. So technically I lost like 500 something from the profits. But then I got on OLB, made some bread back, life is good. So yeah, so the day was like a good. How much was like 600 something. I'm still in a trade. I'm letting it ride. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm letting it ride to the end of the day. I got 100 shares on OLB. Yeah, Ryan would have been nice if it would have just continued, but that's the shit. A lot of times you can't even expect something to continue. Once the shit ran so much, bro, it's bound to come down like crazy. Yeah, OLB was on hot on stock Twitch. Nice. Yep. Logan's like, yeah, I remember 10 years ago when Josh Smith said he couldn't support his family on the 6.9 million contract he got that year after he already made 97 million through his entire career until that point. Yeah, man. That's the thing. It's like, how can I say? There, somebody said something like this. It was like the when you're coming from the bottom, the worst thing that you have is like, I don't know if it's like the remorse that you made it or some shit like that. Survival's guilt type shit, right? And it happens because right now, some of you guys, y'all go in, you start making $1 million a year, and then now you got family coming over. They come to your house. You got the nice big house. Sometimes they live in other states, but damn, they don't got the money to come down. So now you're paying for their flights to come down. You know, you want to go on vacation. Guess what? They don't really got it like that. So now you got to take care of them, right? So imagine those ball players where some of these fucking family members, they think that, yo, he's rich. He's rich. Like shit. He gonna buy me a house. He gonna pay for my bills. He gonna. You got cousin. I mean, I don't know if you seen this shit with Glorilla, or her sister, Butchrilla. Butchrilla is what's the name now? Somebody say it's not Butchrilla. It's um Studrilla. Somebody says Studrilla. Yeah, Studrilla, right? Her sister is like, yo, like she don't take care of family, this, and that. And it's like, bro, like you're a grown ass adult. Like, why Glorilla gotta take care of you, Brorilla? Yo, man. Yeah, man. Let me see, ran through here. Has stops for pre-market and Ryan, we should hit 10. Yeah. Angel Darkness says, for fresher, people are pretty fucked. I Crester full stack websites. You create full stack websites with TypeScript still. I'm getting like $30, bro. But you know, I don't know. You got to give me more details. How's it going, Joe? Hope life has been good. Yeah, man, we good, Mike. We good. We good. We good. We alive. Hopefully everything doing good for you. Who's in the green? Yeah, we green today, bro. It's a beautiful day today. Tomorrow we'll have another green day. But one of the things that I'm gonna do for tomorrow is I'm gonna just wait it out. I'm not even trading pre-market. I'm not trading nothing on pre-market. That shit could go to $1 million. I'm not trading pre-market. I'm gonna chill my ass in my chair and just sit down, wait for the right opportunity. I mean, even like look at OLB, right? So I had already traded so much with cash on pre-market that in reality I didn't even have that much left for my cash account. I think I had like 1,500 or something like that, $1,500 left out of 14,000. Because I was like doing like I did a lot of crazy like little jumps in the pre-market, which kind of messed up my day because technically I should be like at least 1,000, 2,000 up right now. But how you call this? Yeah, so tomorrow I'm just like I'm gonna chill. I'm waiting for the right opportunity, and then I'm gonna size up, get a nice 20, 30%. Boom, that's 3,000 for the day. I want that's my average that I want to get. I want to get 3,000 for the day. That's my goal, right? And I could do it if I really size up, cause then I could just go in and do like this guy, Ross Cameron or Cameron Ross, whatever his name is, where he goes in, he throws 100,000 on a plate. But the problem with that is that like I don't know mentally if I'm ready to be doing $100,000 plays or $50,000 plays because you do get drained mentally. You know, you do get drained. Like for real, you go in because it does get stressful when you have real money at play. When you paper trade, it's fine. When you trade with real money, it's different. Um, yeah, 3,000 a day in stocks. Yeah, that's my goal. My average right now is like 1,600. I gotta double up. So what I'm doing is right, but I have to double up. But I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to be doing $20,000, $30,000 plays. You know, like that's stressful, right? So I don't know if I want to do that yet. So what I gotta, because it's just about scaling, right? So if you go in and you have $100 and you're able to make $10 consistently with that $100, then now you know that you could scale to $1,000 every trade, and you get your 10%. So that's $100. You do that with $10,000, then now you're at $1,000, all right, every single day, or on average, because sometimes people will be like, "Oh, every day." You're not gonna be profitable every day. That's bullshit. People be bullshitting. Be like, "Oh yeah, I got fucking." They be like, "Oh, I got 21 days in green. I got 3 months in green." When they do that, they only take one trade a day, two trades a day, right? And that's because they coming in with certain capital where if I go in and I could jump in just one trade a day, like yeah, that's fine. I'll have everything green. Most of the days, my first trade is always green. The thing is, when I try to go in and size up, then I'll give some of the profit, or like like this morning, like I could have easily said, you know what, I'm already $1,100 up. I'm gonna stop. But how can you stop when the whole day's still going, bro? And there's a lot of opportunities, right? But there's people that they just go in and be like, I'm only gonna make my $1,000 for the day. I'm gone. I'm done. um, so my goal is to bring it from 1,600. I want to bring it to 3,000. If I could do 3,000, 3,000 times 200 a day, 200 days, 251 days average, you're looking at a good 600, 700,000 around there. Marcus says, "Is trading emotional taxing?" Yeah, I think it's definitely something emotional. Like you have a bad day if you lose, but that's why it's so important to go in and find what's the right way for you. Hold on, guys. Fuck. I got OLB. Somebody just sent me a text like, "Yo, OLB hit 178." Hold on, let me close this trade real quick. Another one. Another one. Damn. OLV hit 178. I didn't get out. I had it at $2. It's all right. I'm still up. That shit's gonna come back up by the end of the day more. Damn, you know what's crazy, bro? I had like 500 shares on it. I had like 500 shares on it, still left, because I bought like, I think like 1,200 shares at 96 cents. I had like 500 shares. No, I had 400 shares left. I sold at 125. I sold at 120, 118, and then I let you know 100 shares ride. So now, man, that shit would have doubled up. We would have been right now like, yo, it's another 500 for your boy. Now I think I'm up like an extra $80 because I sold most of it earlier. But shit, you know what it is? It's volume, bro. When volume is there, bro, that shit right now is like 200, 300 million shares traded right now as we speak. Damn. hit 180 and it dropped. But guys, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go cash out on this thing. And like I said, guys, definitely come to CodingPhase.com. It's a lot of cool stuff that we're trying to do for you guys. A lot of new courses coming out. So definitely pay attention to that. And yeah, man, I'm going to see you guys later, man. Your boy's back, and I done did it again. Take care, guys.